Hi, everybody. For those of you who haven't met me before, I'm Jillian and I'm a soul expansion coach and energy worker and writer. And I thought I'd come on and just make a short video talking about really coming back from the brink, because I'm sure we can all identify with that. The light workers, the empaths, the star seeds. We've all been on quite a journey these last few years. The last few years in particular have been particularly challenging because we have been almost like going through a quickening in our bodies in terms of all the stuff, the old programs and beliefs and fears and ancestral wounding. That's all been coming up to the surface to be integrated, looked at, forgiven, integrated, let go of, so that we can move forward and we can take steps forward to become more of who we truly are. We're really getting a chance now to embody more of our feminine essence, our soul's gifts, and to share our unique blend of magic with the world. And the last 4 years for me, most people who follow my posts will know they've been quite tumultuous. So I have so much empathy for you if you're also going through a bit of a ride just now, and lots of things are collapsing in your life. It is par for the course when we go on a journey of spiritual awakening and self-realisation. And that is happening all over the planet, whether people are consciously aware of it or not. It's happening through just life challenges right now, and there's plenty of that happening for many people due to our current situation. So over this last year for me in particular, 4 years really, the tower came down to do with finances, relationship, to do with job, to do with health. At the end of 2019, I was diagnosed with primary breast cancer, which was a complete shock. It was a fast growing form of primary breast cancer. But having healed an autoimmune disorder in my early 30s, and also having a little bit of an inkling from source that I would be going on some kind of a journey, because I do get, premonition dreams, and I had a dream, I think it was several months ago, several months before it happened, and, I could see very clearly the word cancer. So at that time I was a little bit shocked, but just didn't think too much about it, just thought it was maybe just an old memory coming up to be cleared. But lo and behold, it was months later when I was actually found myself in the hospital getting my first, it's not my first mammogram, but it was my year 50 mammogram, and I found out I had primary breast cancer. But a whole load of circumstances ensued, or events ensued after that were leading me on quite a journey. I remember connecting with an old Reiki master of mine and her telling me, "You'll clear this." And, but at that point I was only 3 weeks into having my diagnosis, and I was just processing quite a lot of shock. And it was just a real heart opener. It really identified to me areas in my life where I wasn't showing up. I'm on a part of a Divine Feminine Summit at the moment, and there's quite a few inspirational speakers, and one of the ladies was talking about, if we're not showing up and we're not expressing our creativity, then our body eats away at itself. And of course I already knew that from the work that I do. But I do believe that is why I manifested the cancer. And there's other reasons to do with that. It was to do with clearing some wounding from the past, being an empath as well, and having an ill father. I was, every time I would go and see him, I was absorbing a lot of his energy. He was finding it hard to talk about the way he was feeling. I know he was very low and finding it hard to process his emotions. And of course, when we're an empath, we go in and we sometimes we're not even consciously aware of it. We are like the filters, the energy filters for the energy of people around us. And I know I took on too much of that pain from my father. I really felt for him and I absorbed it and I was transmuting it through my body. And because he was so ill, it kind of got to the point that I got very ill because of it. So yeah, it was to do with ancestral patterning and conditioning and letting go of fear and trauma that I had stored in my body. So it led me on quite a journey last year, and I wasn't really showing up very much. I was just feeling guided to receive, actually. Part of the guidance I was given when I went into my body and got my information from my body on how to heal this, but I was very much getting information from source on my higher self about what I needed to do to heal. And part of that has been about showing up and finding my voice. Another part has been about forgiveness, and that journey is ongoing. But last year it was about reaching out really for help and learning to receive. I'm sure you'll identify with this as healers and light workers. Sometimes we're so good at giving to others, and something that we have to master on our journey is making sure we balance that out with receiving. And that's what I've been learning about the last year. And I connected with some wonderful healers who I felt guided to work with, who held me in a safe container as I processed a lot of the trauma that I was going through. And I gave myself last year to just, fully embody that journey and get the learnings that I needed from it to then come back out into the world again this year and to share my wisdom around it. And that journey's ongoing. I haven't been back and had any medical proof that my cancer has stopped growing, but I have had it through guidance from my higher self, because I believe if we get to the root cause, and we clear the pattern and the program, and a lot of patterns and programmings are coming up to the surface to be healed, as I said, and to be cleared so that we can move forward and step into more of our true authentic nature. So, and that was confirmed, by a couple of trusted healers who I worked with. They were also getting the same guidance as me. But it's not a picnic when you're going through all this. It's certainly not a picnic. But I've come out of this whole experience feeling stronger, having processed fear, beginning to find my voice again. I can feel my divine feminine power rising. One of my clients sent me a beautiful embody picture of a woman, and she's underneath the ground and she's very much in her sort of safe womb container, but she's poking her hand above the earth just when the snowdrops are starting to form. And I just feel so in sync with that, very much. And I'm sure you do as well, because anybody watching my posts and connecting with me, we're really connected with ourselves and the seasons and nature. And so yeah, I'm beginning to find coming out again, really beginning to re-emerge with the seasons, and excited to be working with the people that are drawn to me. And so inviting you to just pop over to my page, and if you feel so guided, then join my page, Jillian Webster Living from the Heart, where I share things that inspire me. How Source works with me is through guidance to do with imagery and words and music, and I also connect with various guides, angelic and galactic, and I bring all that wisdom into my one-to-one sessions that I do with people, and starting to get a few more new clients again this year now that I've put myself out again. So looking forward really to seeing how the year progresses for us all, because 2020 has been a monumental heart-opening experience. I certainly feel like I've got a heck of a lot more empathy and light in my body as a result of the challenges I went through last year, and I'm sure if you're watching this that you do too. So I'm looking forward to coming back on and making more of these posts in the moment as and when I feel guided. So I'm signing off for now and looking forward to speaking to you again soon.